Hey guys, so continuing on with the 1994 Airline Worldwide volume, we were up to Icelandair and Indian Airlines, so we'll pick it up from there. There's an Iran Air Fokker, that's interesting. Istanbul Airlines, one of the many Turkish airlines that come and go. There's a JAL, the livery of the 90s, a 747-400. That's like the cigarette livery, because the strip here kind of looked like a lit cigarette with the red dot on it. Then Japan Air System, which merged into JAL, and then Japan Asia, which was like one of their offshoots, very similar livery. That allowed them to fly to Taipei without angering the Chinese. And look, there's a Jew Air Junkers U-52. That'd be for one of those like scenic airlines. Kenya Airways A310, KLM 747-400. They've only just recently finally phased them all out. As are so many other airlines. And there is a Korean A300. They operated a lot of them, and obviously the A330 has been very popular with them as well. Kuwait Airways A310. Who's this here? Lab Lloyd Aero Boliviano. So land Chile, I think that must be, what is that? Yes, the 767. 300, and here's a 200 of LAM, which is Líneas Aéreas Mozambique. Libyan Arab Airlines with their livery of that's like the 70s style livery, isn't it? Because it's got a cheek line. Lot 767, they still fly the 767 as they did until current events, although they had winglets, I believe. LTE and LTU, one of their MD-11s, which was replacing their TriStars. They also operated A330s, and there is a 757 of LTE. Then LTU Sud, which I guess is LTS, unless that is a different carrier. Again, a very attractive red livery, that'll be 757. There's a Lufthansa A320. Very attractive livery on the Maersk Air fleet. Even like the 70s liveries and going back, they used blue very, very well in their colour schemes. And there is the Malaysian Airlines livery of the 80s and 90s. Some of their planes are still flying in that livery. We've got about 3 different liveries on the go. There's Malev, one of the first Eastern European carriers to take on Western aircraft. They're long gone now, of course. MEA A310. There's Meridiana BAE 146. Monarch, gone now. Morris Air, gone now. Merged into, I think, American or Alaska, something like that. Nigeria Airways DC-10. I believe they received the very last DC-10 that was built in about 1989 or whenever it was, with the MD-11 then rolling off the production line. Northwest in their classic bowling shoe livery. There is Oasis, I think they are. Yes, they're also long gone, I believe. Okada Air, which we have mentioned in the past, with their very random fleet and operations. And there is Onur Air, which is another Turkish airline. I think they're gone as well now. There's Olympic Airways A310. I've flown an A300, sorry. Flown an Olympic A300. I went to Larnaca in Cyprus in 1999, and I went on Olympic via Athens. It was an A300 between London and Athens in both ways, and then a 737-200 between Larnaca and Athens. Pakistan 747 Pal Air Fokker. They were a Macedonian carrier. Polynesian. Oh, when I was doing the video about Virgin Blue and I was talking about their offshoots and I couldn't remember what they were called, I believe it was Pacific Blue and Polynesian Blue were two of their offshoots, and there's Portugalia. They're no longer around, I believe. There's Qantas 767. And who's this private jet DC-9? MD-83, sorry. Ah, interesting. A NAMC YS-11, the Japanese propeller plane from, I think, the 1950s or 60s. This is Revolution, which they may still be around as an Alaska charter airline. I'm really not sure. And there's Reno Air. I believe they merged into American Airlines in the 90s. Royal Air Maroc. I did like their livery of the 70s and 80s on one of their 757s. There's Rheintalflug, one of their, what is it? De Havilland DHC-8s. Royal Brunei and Royal Jordanian, 767 and A310. Very attractive liveries on both of those. Now, we come to it at last. So, Royal Nepal Airlines, now just Nepal Airlines since the revolution, 757. And the Ryanair Rombak 111, the ones that were built in under license in Romania. I don't know how many were built in Romania, but let's just see what it says. Founded in May 85, Ryanair can be seen as a rival to Aer Lingus as far as regional services and flights to Britain are concerned, but not anything else. London European Airways was acquired in 1986. No airline has served more towns in Ireland, 9 airports in all at one time, than Ryanair. It uses ATR 42s and BAC/Rombak 111s, but in 1994 it introduced Boeing 737-200s on services from the UK mainland to Dublin. The route Dublin-Munich was taken over from Aer Lingus, a service which Ryanair has been serving since 1998, and the Liverpool-Dublin route was also taken over. Luton-Dublin services were a main route for Ryanair when it moved onto UK routes, but since the expansion of Stansted, it has increased its presence there to the detriment of Luton. Prestwick is being served from May 1994, and Ryanair is the only operator flying scheduled services from the famous Scottish airport. 120,000 passengers were carried in the financial year 92-93. The 111s are being replaced by 737-200s acquired from Britannia and Air Malta. And they had 3 ATRs, 4 111s and 6 737s. So yes, they've grown a bit since then. That was before they went to the low fare model, when they were still a full service airline. Saudia 747, is that a 100? Might be a 100 or a 200. And an SAS 767, which formed the backbone of their long haul fleet in the 90s. Singapore Airlines, fantastic airline. Sobolair, the Sabina charter airline, but yes, very nice. That's their 80s livery, I think. No, 90s livery. The old South African livery, pre 1994. Swiss Air and Syrian Air, MD-11 and an SP. That was flying until fairly recently, I think, that SP. Then TAG Angola Airlines, TriStar, and a TACA 737. Not the 767 this time. TAP Air Portugal, TriStar, TAM, the Brazilian carrier. I think it's gone now. Thai 747-400, TEA 737. This is about it. Turkish A340. Oh, and what is that? That's an Illusion IL-18 of whatever airline this is, the Berline. Ah, I like this delivery. TMA of Lebanon. It's a 707 or a 720. That's TNT Express. Tower Air and Transaero, both now gone. They also flew 747s, as did Tower Air. Transavia. There was that livery I think that I flew on, but it was a 300, not a 200. There's Trans Brazil again. We've seen pop up here and there in various of these books. 737. TWA and Trans Swede. We saw this in the Gatwick book. Classic airline. United. The Battleship Grey. So we've got some Brazilian carriers. So Varig, 747, that'll be 300. VASP and Viasa, actually they were Venezuelan, but VASP were Brazilian. Vietnam Airlines, Virgin Atlantic in their 90s livery. Is that about it? Just about. So yeah, World Airways and 11 and Xiamen Airlines. So yes, that is Airlines Worldwide in 1994 by B.I. Hengi. Lots of information there, and I skipped a load of stuff. I would have been hours going through it. I hope you guys enjoyed. In due course, we shall look at the second volume, which is from 1997. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion for upcoming topics you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.